Love at the Plaza, Wednesday, April 10th, 6 to 8 p.m. If you enjoy our Wednesday Love on Sweet 100, you will enjoy an evening with us and our cast of stars at Movie Town. Sweet 100 is bringing love to the Plaza on April 10th. This is your Wednesday Love.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who really cares?
Who cares? I care, because I know that early diagnosis increases the chances for successful treatment of breast, cervical, and colorectal cancers. You can do something about that. Get screened for early detection. It's the key to survival. I care because cancer does.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Universe. Lisa alongside Carrie this morning. Good morning, Carrie.
Hey, good morning, Lisa.
And you know, Rishi is off today and tomorrow. You know, of course, once he's working really hard, he gets days off during the week.
Yeah, during the week,
Today's
right.
one of those days. So good morning to you, Rishi. I know you're up. I know you're looking. So good morning to you. How was
Good morning, my friend.
I didn't see you yesterday. So how was your weekend?
All right, my weekend was pretty good actually. I had a lot going on. Let's see, Saturday morning I went on a hike. I went after
So you
all.
go to hike every weekend now? Is
No,
it?
not every weekend, but I try to go at least twice a month.
Right.
You know, get some nature, get some
Yes.
outdoor time, you know, and cold river water.
Yeah, lovely. And
Yes.
well, I actually went, I had a birthday party over the weekend. So happy belated birthday to Jewel Wickham, who's my cousin,
Oh,
Jewel
yes.
Wickham Noons. So happy birthday to her. She celebrated her birthday in fine style on Saturday evening. And then on Sunday, I went on a pilgrimage. So I
Oh,
kind of
really?
behaved myself in the party. I didn't really, you know, I
Right.
didn't ram out. I kind of had to
And
just
so, yeah,
nod
you-
my
you
head
had
to
your-
the music.
You had your Lent party going
I had
on.
my Lent. That was it. Your Lent mood. Went on a pilgrimage on
Right.
so some lovely areas in Trinidad and Tobago. We went to Pointe-a-Pierre, St. Peter's RC. As good morning to Father Godfrey Stout. We went to La Brea as well.
Right.
There's a lovely Sacred Heart Church in La Brea. And we also went to Cedras. Have you been to Cedras?
Yes, I've been to Cedras.
You have been to Cedras?
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Yes.
place, yes.
And can I tell you something that when I was in Cedras, there were about 8 maxis of people from Mount Carmel, Cuba, Chaguanas, Caripachaima.
Really?
And Carrie, let me tell you, they were so excited. You know, it was like, I think Rikitiki party time days all over again.
Right.
And there were people screaming, oh my God, Lisa, we love the show. Where's Richie? Where's Carrie? So I want to say good morning to the people of Mount Carmel, Cuba, and Chaguanas. I know you're watching, so good morning to you. And thank you so much for supporting us. As a matter of fact, that happened everywhere we went. La Brea.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I wish I was there so that when they asked for me, I would have been there to, you know.
You'll be right there, right? Yeah. Well, you know, yesterday, we have something to talk about, right?
Right.
Yesterday, let's look at this clip and then we come back and talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a challenge. I mean, if not box supports, then who? Next thing, what time Rishi Harinanan from TTT.
Number of course, the Rishi was to go to start out to Bigo.
Well, not physically. Although I would like to do it again. I will really step in again. But I'd like to go over to Tobago Sky to talk about World Autism Awareness Day. And we are going to chat with Mr. David Yearwood, who is a retired pet train employee. Hi, good morning.
You know what I want to say about this? Even CNC3 watching the Now Morning Show. But please, next time, get the show, the Now Morning Show. At least you could call the name of the show, right?
He's right.
You know? So, Rishi, there you are. I know Rishi's cracking up, right? But I just want to say good morning to CNC3. Thank you for watching TTT and the Now Morning Show. Good morning to Blaze. Okay, so right about now, we are going to jump right into our traffic update, especially for those of you who are heading out right now.
Today's traffic update is made possible by TrafficTT.com and sponsored by Ultimate Solutions Limited. We make it happen. And by Rovenel's Resort and Conference Center.
And we're in central Trinidad right now, looking at the Monroe Road area on the Ray Butler Highway. As we look at the southbound lane, we can see that there are quite a few vehicles heading down toward the south, but nothing too much, no congestion at this point in time. But looking across into that northbound lane, much larger volume of vehicles heading from south and central Trinidad toward the northern regions of the country. We can see here that right now it's still moving. No major congestion, no stoppages at this point in time. So that's good news for those of you who are in central and south and heading up at this point in time. It could have something to do with no school at this point. Kids are on holiday. So that's good news for that. And for now, we'll take a wrap on this traffic update and keep you updated with other areas around the country.
Today's traffic update is made possible by TrafficTT.com and sponsored by Ultimate Solutions Limited. We make it happen. And by Rovenel's Resort and Conference Center.
Go and stay at Rovenel's Resort and Conference Center. Enjoy fantastic savings from as low as $594 TT or US $99 inclusive of taxes, single double occupancy, breakfast, shuttle service plus more. Explore 101 reasons in the pristine, unspoiled island of Tobago. Book directly at 868-639-9666. Rovenel's Resort and Conference Center, Tobago, the tranquil Caribbean resort.
The Civil Asset Recovery and Management and Unexplained Wealth Management Bill was passed on Monday, April 8th, and will now move to committee stage. And on the line to help us understand exactly what that means is the Honorable Stuart Young, Minister of National Security and Communications. Good morning, Minister.
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Good morning, TTT.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know you have a press conference later today, but just to give a little understanding to the people of Trinidad and Tobago before the press conference, 3 times lucky, and after 60 amendments, the Unexplained Wealth Bill, as it's being called in short, has been passed. What does this mean for the people of Trinidad and Tobago?
Lisa, first of all, I'd like to thank all of the parliamentarians who participated in just under 12 hours of debate yesterday at the committee of the whole stage, which meant all of the House of Representatives went through clause by clause this very important piece of legislation. What this piece of legislation does now, it allows law enforcement through the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, from the Commissioner of Police and up to the rank of above Inspector, as well as the Comptroller of Customs and Excise and the Chairman of the Board of Inland Revenue, to really have some teeth in the fight against white-collar corruption in particular. And the amendments that were made yesterday were amendments that were being discussed amongst the government bench right through the weekend, all through Sunday, and up to yesterday morning, we were discussing how to improve the original bill. And that's what a committee of the whole is about. So to jump straight into it, persons who have total asset value of under 500,000 are not caught in this bill. So what they call the small people, the small man, they're not caught by this piece of legislation. So to take that fear factor out of it, that is one of the amendments that came with yesterday and that was agreed to and passed. The second thing is, this is only for criminal investigations that are linked to serious crimes, such as participation in an organized criminal group and racketeering, fraud, corruption and bribery, illicit arms trafficking, illicit trafficking in stolen and other goods, counterfeiting currency, murder, grievous bodily harm, kidnapping, illegal restraint, robbery or theft. Importantly, tax crimes relating directly to tax and indirect taxes, forgery, extortion, piracy, insider trading, market manipulation. So this is not for just the average crime. These are for serious crimes, and in particular crimes that we regularly call white-collar crimes. And what it allows those three institutions, Customs and Excise, Board of Inland Revenue, and the Police Service to do now, once they have criminal investigations ongoing linked to one of these serious crimes, some of which I've just mentioned, they can do two things. First of all, and in my view, very importantly, they can look at someone and say, listen, how did you get that wealth? Right? They're conducting a criminal investigation, let's say, with respect to kidnapping. So there's someone that they suspect of kidnapping. This person on the face of it appears not to have a job, but is living in a mansion, driving expensive cars, spending loads of money. They can now go, if you have a criminal investigation ongoing, go to court. So you go to court and you say, I would like Mr. X, Mr. Big, to explain how he or she got that wealth. One of the things we said is once that order is served on them within a specific period of time, 7 days, they must then explain to the court in a form how they got their wealth. If the person got their wealth legitimately and provide an explanation to the court, that could bring the matter to an end. If not, then it goes further and you can go for the seizure and the forfeiture of the assets, which is why it's called civil asset forfeiture. Now, if you have a criminal investigation ongoing, again, one of those three bodies, the BIR, Customs, or the police, at the highest level, so it's made sure it can only be done by the highest level, not a constable police officer, not just a customs officer, not just a Board of Inland Revenue officer, but the highest levels, then what they can do is they can go to an agency, they can go to the DPP, right? Say, look, DPP, we think there's evidence here. The DPP says, look, I don't think there's sufficient evidence for us to seize it under the criminal legislation, right, which is the Proceeds of Crime Act. Right. But I think you could go to the agency, and we've set up an agency, which is 3 persons, and we've made it very, very independent how those persons come to be. And then that agency can now pursue what we call civil asset forfeiture. So they can go after those same assets, the boats, they can go after the planes, they can go after the cars, they can go after the properties of persons whose criminal investigation has been ongoing of those serious crimes, some of which I just listed.
Yes.
So what it does for the first time, it allows us, not us, when I say us, not the government, it allows us as the people of Trinidad and Tobago, the law-abiding citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, through the chairman of the Board of Inland Revenue, the controller of Customs and Excise, and the commissioner of police, down to the rank of an assistant superintendent, to go after the money in the crime and not have to wait on a civil conviction, which is what the criminal law. So they don't have to wait to go through a preliminary inquiry, to go through a high court, to go through a court of appeal, a privy council. As we know, there's a certain case before the Magistrates Court of Trinidad and Tobago for 20 years. 20 years, one of the biggest corruption cases, and it has gone nowhere. This now allows them to move very, very quickly, but there's certain protections. And most importantly, Lisa, it doesn't affect the persons who have an overall asset and wealth base of less than $500,000,
yes.
500,000.
And Minister, just sort of wading through the bill, and I know that over the next few days we're going to break it down even further for members of the population. You mentioned assets, and some of these assets refer to property, very interestingly mixed property, and interest and funds spent that may not necessarily be in possession to the owner, but may have been passed on in terms of acquiring profits through funds raised through criminal activity, correct?
Correct. I mean, Lisa, what you find, especially with organized crime, very often the persons who commit, the Mr. Bigs as we call them, the persons in charge, who commit these serious crimes, don't hold on to the assets themselves. Right. So they'll say, look, I'm renting this house, or this is a house that I'm staying in that is owned by Mr. X or Miss Y, and they pass on their assets. Another thing they do is they will pass on a lot of their assets, the cars, the jewelry, the boats, etc., will appear to be the name of Uncle Bob and Auntie Jane and other people. No, what this allows us to do is to really, again, us meaning those 3 bodies, Customs and Excise, Board of Inland Revenue, the police, on behalf of us, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, that allows them to go after the assets. So again, the person will now have to explain, Auntie Jane, Uncle Bob will have to explain, well, yes, I came into being with that $10 million mansion. I never worked a day in my life because, and then they have to explain. And it allows, prosecute, to really go after assets. And this is not new legislation on a global scale. Any country that is serious about fighting corruption and going to the heart of corruption, this is an important asset in their box of fight against corruption.
Minister, I want to congratulate the government and the opposition for coming together to pass this bill in the best interest of the country. What happens now?
Well, what happens now is it's passed by the House of Representatives. It will go to the Senate. As you know, the Senate is made up of the government. It's made up of six opposition senators, and it's made up of a number of independent senators. And I'm really hoping that the momentum of the good of what this bill can achieve carries through in the Senate. I know persons will be responsible in the Senate. I don't want to presuppose anything. I don't want to predict anything. I'm just hoping that people continue to act responsibly and that the people of Trinidad and Tobago get to pass this legislation on to the law enforcement officers in the Customs and Excise, Board of Inland Revenue, as well as the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Because, Lisa, I strongly believe if we don't tackle corruption now, we don't tackle corruption during the course of this term, Trinidad and Tobago is not going to make that change and that turnaround that we've been trying so hard to steer her in.
I want to thank you very much, Minister. We will be carrying the press conference live at 10 o'clock on TTT this morning. And thank you very much. I'm going to let you go on to press on with your day now.
Tell you, Lisa, tell you and the people of Trinidad and Tobago and your viewership at TTT, which I see includes CNC3. Well, the press conference today that I'm holding at 10 is not about this piece of legislation.
Okay.
I'm going to be announcing something that I think is going to be groundbreaking in Trinidad and Tobago's fight against crime.
Okay. Well, we look forward to that. And maybe we'll have you on tomorrow morning to talk about that as well. All right. Thank you very much, Minister Stuart Young, Minister of National Security and Communications there, Carrie. And thank you very much for coming on board this morning to help us understand a little bit more about what's being known as the Unexplained Wealth Management Bill. Yeah? Yes,
definitely. A lot to be discussed and a lot to be elaborated upon in regards to that, because it's a very lengthy one, as we understand. And, we have... there was about 60 amendments made to the original format of the bill. So, getting that breakdown and really understanding what it is, I think is very important for the public.
So we're going to be doing just that over the next few days. I know that we're going to have some guests inside to help us wade through the various clauses and so on and bring it to you and break it down so that the people of Trinidad and Tobago can understand. Let's take in a few messages and come right back. We have a little bit more for you before we dive into our interviews after this.
This Sunday, get lost in the world of award-winning films. Green Days by the River, April 21st at 3 p.m. Be viewing TTT to experience the breathtaking film adaptation of Michael Anthony's beloved novel, voted People's Choice for Best Narrative Feature at the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival. Recipient of the Carmichael Award for Exceptional Storytelling at the Barbados Independent Film Festival. Green Days by the River proves that locally produced films will captivate you and transport you to other worlds. A tale of love, loss, and intrigue. Green Days by the River premieres April 21st only on TTT.
On any given day, at any given time,
you can have your say on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Call in, text in, send us an email.
All our shows are fully interactive.
Whether we're talking politics, sports,
current affairs, social issues,
culture, and the arts, stay in the know
with our daily news bulletin and breaking news updates.
We're committed to keeping you informed about the world around you.
And yes, we entertain you too with the best Kaiso,
steel pan, and local and regional music. We are your address for talk. Talk City 91.1 FM and TalkCity91FM.com. Sweet 100.1 FM and Fiesta Plaza present Wednesday Love. Love at the Plaza, Wednesday, April 10th, 6 to 8 p.m. If you enjoy our Wednesday Love on Sweet 100, you will enjoy an evening with us and our cast of stars at Movie Town. Sweet 100 is bringing love to the Plaza on April 10th. This is your Wednesday Love.
We are back, and I want to say a special good morning to two people who look at us every morning, especially Melissa and Carissa Joseph, and that's a photograph of them right there. And this is from Melvina Hazard, who says that her sister has had her son, she lost her son to cerebral palsy 2 years ago. And Carissa, who's 11 years of age, looks at us every single morning, and this is a surprise to you. So I think you're 18, sorry. So good morning to Melissa and Carissa Joseph. And we're very happy to say good morning to you, and thank you for watching us there. All right. So, you know, it's so wonderful to reach out to people who are looking at, and I believe that Carissa might be autistic as well. Okay. So we're very happy to celebrate with you this morning live, especially today. Shamla, it's your day today. Shamla is coming up in the next segment where we do unique, not different. But right now, we are going to be talking to two people who are going to tell us more about the National Energy Skills Center programs that's coming up on preventive maintenance, I believe. Yes, I know it's some people say preventive, some people say preventative maintenance. I know it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So good morning, Lisa Joseph, Senior Manager, Business Development.
Good morning to the listening public and viewing public of TTT Now.
You are so good with this, aren't you? She's accustomed to this now. Kirila Rampasad, Head Operating Officer, is that correct?
Yeah, Chairman of the SMRP Caribbean Region.
Yes,
yeah.
Chairman of the SMRP. Okay, so good morning, and we are talking about maintenance and preventive maintenance this morning. Tell me more.
Okay, well, firstly, let me start by saying good morning to the management and staff of NESC and our student population. This morning, we're very happy to be here and excited to talk to you about a beautiful partnership that started in November 2019 between NESC and SMRP.
Right.
We have Mr. Kurola Rampasad, he's the Executive Director, and he will probably share with you a little more on SMRP and what we intend to do over the next couple of days.
So before you do that, the SMRP stands for the Society for Maintenance and Reliability Professionals, correct?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Lisa, in 2018, last year in November, the SMRP, which is the Society for Maintenance and Reliability Professionals, we signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Energy Skills Center, where we can jointly host education courses, professional education courses. The intent there is that we saw that there was a huge gap between academia and the industry.
Right.
So to get the industry closer to academia, to train and develop individuals who work in, to bridge that gap, we decided to host these professional training and a certification course to bring them closer so they can be an asset to their company and also to make themselves marketable.
So who is this exactly targeted at? What level of the organization? What jobs?
We're targeting planners, anybody involved in planning resources, tools and equipment for any asset-intensive business.
Right.
This training is for you.
And how do you access the training?
You can sign up on NESC's website, www.nesc.edu.tt. You can visit our Facebook page, National Energy Skills Center. We also have a presence on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, find us.
Do you have to be a company sponsored? So is it that your company has to send you, or can you just as an individual
both
decide
options,
to participate?
Both options are available. TTT now can send someone to plan their event. If you're in entertainment, anyone involved in planning or scheduling work, particularly asset-intensive businesses or capital investments, you would want to sign up for this program.
So you preempted my next question, which is, what are some of the areas that will be covered in the workshops and the courses that you're doing?
Research planning and scheduling, as you know, it's one of the best training and professional training courses that one should get involved into. When you plan and you schedule effectively, you can do things the right way. Allocating the resources, financial resources, human resources, capital, everything, warehousing. For example, if you're in an offshore environment and you need to do a shutdown, you need to do a turnaround, you want to make sure that you get all the resources readily available to execute that particular job. For example, if, let's say, one of the offshore facilities needs to send gas outside to Atlantic Energy and that machine breaks down, what's going to happen? There's going to be a chain reaction. We look at the environmental impact it's going to have, the financial impact it's going to have also, and with the facilities. So what you do, you get all the necessary tools required. For example, if you, as I said, if in an offshore operation and you forget one piece of tool, you have to take a chopper to fly it outside, and you're going to have keep back, the customer.
But is this workshop or course, rather, is it targeted primarily at, for example, the energy sector? Because you're speaking about outside. How does it relate to businesses who are not part of the energy sector?
It include the energy and non-energy sector to include food, beverage, manufacturing. Anyone who would want to get involved into how you plan and how you schedule all your maintenance activities.
So you really want to ensure that you know in advance what's going to happen, and if it should happen, you have systems in place to ensure that your business doesn't close down, right?
You're taking a more proactive measure than really reactive measures. That's the whole thing about it. For example, again, if you have a car and your car is available, but is it really reliable to take you from point A to point B? There are certain checks and balances.
So you're talking to the wrong person, and maybe I need to do a course on that, because some of us don't check our cars. We just jump in it, and that's like a company. You want to be able to, but I don't run the company like I run my car.
Great.
That's making that clear.
The planning and scheduling course is one of the courses that we have readily available. There are 29 additional courses that we do.
And is this part of what the NESC
and SMRP will be embarking upon?
29 courses.
29 professional training courses.
Right, okay.
So this is the first one that we getting to start next week.
Monday and
Tuesday. So registration, we need a lot of people.
How long is it?
It's 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
2 full days.
2 full days, and at the end of the training, the end of the 2 days, participants must take an examination, an assessment examination. You get professional development units. Also, you get a certificate of competence. If you pass 70% of the examination questions, you're going to get a certificate of competence stating that you fulfill or meet the requirements in planning and scheduling.
Does this, when you say certificate, does it go towards, for example, like a CVQ, or it's not necessarily part of the CVQ system?
Part of the CVQ system, not yet. No.
But at least you get the skills. And
you get the skills, the competence, and the company can be assured that you have the tools required to manage this.
All right, so tell us now again how can persons participate.
So if you want to register and you're interested, and I know you will be after the show, Lisa, please come on down to NESC Point Lisa's campus. You can find us on Facebook at National Energy Skills Center, Twitter, National Energy Skills Center, LinkedIn, National Energy Skills Center. You can get us on Instagram at NESCTT. You can follow the form online. You can call 636-8315, extension 390 or 328 or 317. You can email me at ljoseph@nesc.edu.tt. You can simply call, just find out more about this program. Visit our website now and sign on. Limited spaces available next week, Monday and Tuesday, 7:30 to 4 p.m. Refreshments included. Thank you.
She didn't have a teleprompter. Multiple touch points, people. You have no reason to not know how to get in touch with the NESC for this program. We're going to take in a few messages right now. I see you walk with a bag. In there. Carrie says, anytime NESC comes on the program, they walk with gifts. So I am preempting. I'm being like Rishi this morning.
Lisa, may I say one more thing? something?
Yes, you may.
The registration is open for individuals and
Yeah.
also for a group package, also for companies who are willing to send more than 5 employees.
Right.
You get a discounted rate to attend.
So take advantage of that. And
Yes.
Lisa, Joseph, what do you have in this bag?
I do have some tokens of appreciation for you and your staff, telling you drink water.
Oh yes,
Yes,
I
you
need.
to
I'll
drink
take
water.
all of them. I don't drink any water. Carrie, I'm gonna have.
Carrie, I hope you get one this time.
He's gonna get. He's gonna get. And Rishi, we have yours as well. We're gonna keep yours. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
for
on the
having
program
us.
and sharing with us. We're taking a few messages after the weather with Ian Wallace. Check it out.
Many of us, as we go through the month of April, will continue to see the increasing number of showers as we go through the rest of this week. But right now, it's mostly fair. Just occasional showers are likely, mostly first thing in the morning as you go through the hillsides around Tobago. The usual suspected areas are Roxborough, down towards Mason Hall, into Plymouth, etc. And then through the afternoon, the sunshine will come out quite briskly as we go towards Castara and Paltuvia. There's the possibility of some breeze coming through there. Out towards Blanchisseuse, Valencia and Arima, a light shower is expected first thing this morning. There's a low to medium chance of that light to moderate shower as you go through the day, but more so for the first part of your day. So through Arima and into Valencia, it should brighten up once you get past lunchtime. For San Fernando and Pinal as well, the possibility of a few showers coming by as you go through the day. Most of the showers, again, will be on the light to moderate side, but there will be lots of sunshine around. So what that means is that by day, we'll likely see temperatures as high as 32 degrees Celsius in Trinidad, 31 likely in Tobago. It will feel comfortable for the most part, all courtesy of the breeze around. Now through Wednesday, we'll still see maybe just a brief shower or two, and then on Thursday, it brightens up quite nicely. And then on Friday, we return to some brisk showers coming through to end the working week, especially along eastern areas of Trinidad. Heading offshore, we continue to see those east-southeasterly winds of 15 knots. A few whitecaps are likely, but the offshore waves have dropped significantly. We're only looking at highs of 2 meters out in the Atlantic, maybe 1.5 meters to the Caribbean, and the short northeasterly swells will remain at 9 seconds. And you have your high tide at 6:15 a.m. and the high tide again at 7 p.m. So that's your weather, and that's it from me.
Sweet 100.1 FM and Fiesta Plaza present Wednesday Love. Love at the Plaza, Wednesday, April 10th, 6 to 8 p.m. If you enjoy our Wednesday Love on Sweet 100, you will enjoy an evening with us and our cast of stars at Movie Town. Sweet 100 is bringing love to the Plaza on April 10th. This is your Wednesday Love.
Okay, listen. I came to report an incident that took place at my home in Chagonas. Can I make that report here, or do I need to go to the station close to where I live?
Yes, sir. Of course you can report it here.
The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has a one-door policy.
This ensures that all reports, when made to stations, whether they concern the particular station or not, will be recorded and passed on to the appropriate station where necessary. Our one-door policy also ensures that members of the public, when making reports, are treated with dignity and respect. It also ensures prompt action taken where necessary.
A message from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Whether you are on the road or at the beach, preserve our beautiful nation of which we are proud by properly disposing of your waste. Because environmental pride is national pride.
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the Now Morning Show right here on TTT, also on Talk City 91.1 FM, TTT Live online on Facebook and on YouTube. So there are many ways you can catch us. And it's Tuesday, so you know, one of our favorite segments is that with Shamla, which is unique, non-different. Good morning, Shamla.
Good morning, Carrie. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, you know what? And you have a very, very interesting guest with you this morning,
Yes.
Justin Michael Barker. And there are lots of slashes next to the things that he does. He's a poet, he's a writer, he's an advocate, he's a motivational speaker. He actually has a printed clothing line as well. So much. And good morning to you, my friend.
Morning, good morning.
And Shamla, I'm going to leave it to you because I know you two have a lot to talk about.
Yes,
and we're
plenty.
going to get a little surprise after the interview as well.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to leave it to you.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unique Not Different. And let me get straight into it. Who I have today is Michael Justin Barker, or Justin Michael Barker.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of things, as Carrie said.
Yeah.
First, let's talk about your Trinities,
Yeah.
right? You launched Trinities earlier this year.
That is correct.
Can you just tell me briefly about it?
Yeah, so what happened is that we decided to have a team of persons and we decided to launch clothing collections and also do customizations for either business or personal wear. So the last collection that we did was for, like I said, the Carnival collection, and we did like lyrics for different soca songs. Yeah, and the next collection we're actually going to work at is branding of like human rights stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so Trinity's, definitely going to work on some new collections coming up.
But I think I sent in some pictures, so hopefully during the segment they would show the pictures. Now,
Okay.
if there's something that I really want to touch on, in terms of people are forced into situations, but you put yourself into a peculiar situation of living in a car for how long?
Yeah, I was a bit hesitant, as you know, before to speak on it, but I think it's definitely a story to share. So a couple months on our way to family and friends, I made a decision to live in my vehicle because I wanted to push myself.
Right.
Sometimes we get so, I know it sounds strange, but sometimes we get so comfortable in our environment that it doesn't help us grow. And
Right.
sometimes we don't have gratitude for the things that we should have gratitude for. And let me tell you, not be able to go to your fridge and get something to drink when the night come, or having to go to the gym and exercise and then have a shower there.
Right.
It was very enlightening, because now that I'm out of that situation, it gives me a greater sense of gratitude and also to propel myself to go even further.
Well, I know we are pressed for time, so to just close off, in order for you to perform, you were a part of the National Poetry Slam.
Yes,
but
that's
before
correct.
we touch on that, you are coming out with you want to write a book?
Yes, that's correct. The book is about learn from my pain, and I think it's going to have a lot of things to offer persons. So, you know, the best teacher is experience.
Right.
But there's a better teacher called observation and learning from somebody else's situation.
Very good.
And I think it's definitely going to help a lot of persons overcome the challenges that they might be able to, that they are facing.
Right. And with that, I really hope that you also, you know, it has a positive message behind it. And with that being said, I invite you to take the floor and perform your poetry.
Thank you. So before I perform it very quickly, I just want to say that this piece is from this perspective of persons with disabilities in this country that are not in a position to speak for themselves.
Okay.
Yeah? So, which camera do I watch? Okay. We are all moving parts of a clock. Failure to acknowledge or include a part is a neglect to time where everything stops. It's stuck. The minute hand touches its face in shock, as I exclaimed, I wish I could just shoot everybody in the spine. Not because I hate all you, but like all you hate me. I just want you to feel how I feel. I shouldn't have to load a gun and aim it at a organ for you to know that I am more than just a disabled body part, a handicap. I shouldn't have to bust a cap. But I want to cripple the idea that I am a reflection of wheels and bolts and nuts. Are you nuts? This is meant to assist me. Are you even aware that my problem is not being on a wheelchair? How many times do I have to hear, no sir, we can't facilitate you here? Oh gosh, please let me in. I came with my friends and we just trying to have a good time. You're trying to raise my thoughts of suicide? We are all moving parts of a clock. Failure to acknowledge or include a part is a neglected time where everything stops. So we stuck. And Dr. Strange offers time stone for that one chance of luck. For the first time in my life, I wish I didn't have a disability, violating my mind vault with views of being a violentness on risk. These simple thought patterns are like a silent siren. Who would have thought? Independent me, who could start his own car and lives on his own and own his own business, have a permanent job and permanently getting birds. It's not that I don't love myself. I just don't love my environment. For the past week, I've been in tears and it tears me apart, but I'm taking this in tears, in stages, because I'm afraid that if I go on stages, I'd look weak. I just a huge inconvenience, and that's what thoughts are telling me. But I didn't born this way, and that's the messed up thing, because this could happen to anyone. So I am here as one, but behind me is the voice of 1,000. So stop, so stop, so stop. I ball my genes like these assistive aids are the embodiment of me. I ball because my genes are like aids to them. This embodiment of me. I demand to be free from this mental capacity. I said we are all moving parts of a clock. Failure to acknowledge me and include we is a disrespect to the man who created time, so we stuck. What would it take for you to care? In the name of accessibility, ignored prayers, offering me to pull up stairs as other stairs. Hell is not a myth. This is hell, but desperation knocking on my door. Aha. I know what I'll do. I'll take my life up here for all of you to bear witness. I swear to Jehovah I'll do it. No, but no. That shouldn't have to be the case. We shouldn't have to not care until old age sits in, until your son or daughter is born differently, until you're driving home from an event and crash. You're just like me.
Wow. Justin Michael Barker, congratulations. Thank you so much.
You.
Wow, very powerful, very powerful. Shamla, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how she does it, Carrie. From one excellent interview to the next, over 1 million views, over 1 million views online already. Shamla, it's very interesting. I know that we wanted to talk to you about that campaign that uses the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that Justin ended his poem on reference to what the campaign is about.
Nice.
So what are your views? Because some people are thinking that it's a negative, throws a negative light on the differently abled.
Well, given the sign, I would have to ask, is somebody internationally who brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, in terms of you asking, not you, but your reflection of the audience.
Right.
So, is it that you are against the sign, or are you with the person who is against it? You understand?
Yes.
Meaning that this person shed a light that, okay, somebody made the conscious decision to put the sign up with a wheelchair stating that it's a consequence of an action.
Right.
Right? So this will open the minds now of individuals to say, okay, they would make, especially corporate TNT, to make conscious decision next time. So one mistake would have, once it have a consequence,
Yeah.
once it rectified, okay. But if another company come now and make the same mistake, then there should be a consequence.
Yeah.
And I hope that possibly, they come forward, acknowledge what they do, and possibly apologize. Because I am sure, seeing it as a person with disability, it is odd but not off. Because we are cultured in such a way that, okay, since growing up, seeing a wheelchair as a negative sign, etc. So I subconsciously know it's wrong, but then consciously say anything, so I'm just as guilty.
Yeah. But I think Michael Jeffries, who we're going to be speaking with later on in the program, says that for persons in wheelchairs, they see it as a positive, as a sign of mobility, as a...
Yes, because it helps. Without this, I can't move.
Right. Yes.
Generally. Yeah. So yes, now that it opens up the conversation, I hope the conversation keeps going. And I'm sure if you put someone with color or someone of a particular gender, they are already sensitized.
Yeah.
So this will make the public sensitive to the situation and allow them to become educated.
Thank you so much, Shamla. Thank you so much, Justin.
No problem.
This has been unique, not different. Stay with us.
Every day we aspire to be better at what we do. Deliver more news, more often, to more people. We are your news team. Reporting on the people, events, and issues that affect your life. TTT News. Connect.
Sweet 100.1 FM and Fiesta Plaza present Wednesday Love. Love at the Plaza, Wednesday, April 10th, 6 to 8 p.m. If you enjoy our Wednesday Love on Sweet 100, you will enjoy an evening with us and our cast of stars at Movie Town. Sweet 100 is bringing love to the Plaza on April 10th. This is your Wednesday Love.
Reach further when you advertise with TTT Limited. Whether it's television, radio, or social media, our stations belong to the only broadcast network with 100% coverage across Trinidad and Tobago. That's a fact. From Port of Spain to Point Fortin, Crown Point to Charlottesville, every household in TNT can easily access our signal. TTT remains the only broadcaster with live capability from multiple locations in the country, making us the most dependable source of information for events of national importance. And now you can find us on any smart device at TTT Live Online. Are you ready to reach further with your advertising? Contact our sales team today. Call 622-4141 at extension 2601 or 2611 or email us at sales@ttt.co.tt.
Crossing a highway is a dangerous practice. Your life is precious. Be road safe.
We are back in studio. This is Now. I'm Lisa alongside Carrie. Today is Rishi's day off, so that's all right. And right about now, I have with me Afisha Beckles, who is the U.S. Embassy Coordinator for Youth Ambassadors 2019. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program. And no stranger because you've been here before.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yes, Adam Jagelski, Public Affairs Officer with the Embassy of the United States of America. Today we're talking about something very exciting, the 2019 Youth Ambassadors Program. Tell me about it. Who's going to jump in first?
I'll start. So the Youth Ambassadors Program, it's a 3-week exchange for secondary students 15 to 18 years old, as well as adult mentors who would accompany them.
Yes, when I got the brief, I was like, yes, this sounds so good. This sounds so good. How does one qualify to participate?
So we are looking for 7 students and 1 adult mentor. Students and the mentors must be citizens and residents of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
For students, they must demonstrate leadership potential and be between the ages of 15 to 18 years old.
But you will be inundated with applications, I'm sure, to choose just 7. And
yes.
What is the selection criteria?
Okay, so apart from being within that age group and demonstrating leadership potential, we would be looking at persons who come from limited economic means, limited economic means, as well as students who really embody that embodies the spirit behind the program, which is that they demonstrate leadership potential and are also showing an interest in bettering their communities.
And is there criteria for the mentor?
So the mentor must be actively working with youths, both in a school or even a community setting, and they must be willing to give up their time as well. Because when the students come back from the exchange in August, they have to implement a follow-on project at home. So the mentor is the one who would be guiding them and ensuring that they're on track with the program.
We're going to come back and talk a little more about the program, but from the U.S. Embassy perspective, why is a program like this important?
Well, I think it's all about supporting the youth, right? Because we want to create opportunity for youth. This program gives them an opportunity to come together, kind of think a little bit broader, right? Expand their minds and expand the way they think about leadership and how they interact with their community, but then how they interact with their, their larger neighborhood, and then with the country. So people say, the youth that come back say it's a life-changing experience for them.
I could just imagine. Yeah. And I know if you're a Fulbright scholar, which is also under the auspices of the U.S. Embassy, you become part of an international network and there's follow-up. Is this similar with a program like this?
Very similar, because they're become part of our alumni network. Right? And so they have this family of different people who have also gone on these exchanges. They come back and they come together like this, right? And they start interacting with each other. So, but the thing is, they don't need to wait for the U.S. Embassy to say, hey, you all should come together, right? They can create opportunities themselves.
Which happens.
Which happens, and which I would say to the youth, because this is a competitive program, we're only going just like 7. Plus 1 adult mentor, right? And so what about all the people who aren't selected? What I would say, you don't have to wait for somebody else to tell you that you're a leader, right? You can start leading right now. You can say, I'm a leader, and you can start different, like maybe a homework program for people that you work with.
And there's so many opportunities for young people now, especially those who demonstrate those leadership skills, that they may miss this one, but there might be something else that comes up that they can qualify for. Is there a way that persons can get in touch with you if they wanted to participate?
Well, the direct way to apply, first of all, is to go to the Youth Ambassadors website, which is youthambassadors.worldlearning.org. But questions could come to us through our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/TTUSA. You can also send us an email at ircpos@state.gov.
Okay, we're definitely going to take that information, because I know our operator will be inundated with calls after program as well. This sounds so exciting. Now, you mentioned the follow-up project that happens when they come back. What's that going to be about?
Okay, so it's really the dream of the students. They come up with a project that they think would address a social problem. So, for instance, I think our 2018 cohort, they were on the program maybe last week or the week before, talking about their project, which is a rally or motorcade that's taking place this Saturday. It starts at Harris Promenade in San Fernando, and they're coming all the way to the Brian Lara Promenade in Port of Spain, and they're bringing awareness to child abuse, basically trying to stop this problem from inundating our youth. So that's their project that they're doing this year.
So the young people will come back and they will look at projects aimed at transforming the society, making the world a better place. And I know there's so many programs like that across the world, and I want to congratulate the U.S. Embassy for this project, the 2019 Youth Ambassadors Program. Very exciting. And we're going to keep the numbers in studio with us. Thank you very much, Adam Jagelski, Public Affairs Officer. Always welcome here in studio. And Afisha Beckers, U.S. Embassy Coordinator for the Youth Ambassadors 2019 program.
Lisa, I was going to say that beyond all those complicated addresses they can follow, they can just go to the U.S. Embassy, Port of Spain
website
That
and find
Facebook
it right
site,
there.
yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, see, there you go. Multiple touch points for you, and I know you're excited going to school and saying, get ready, you have to apply. Is there a deadline, by the way?
Yes, it is. Actually, the deadline is coming up, the 15th of April.
15th of April. Okay, we're going to keep reminding you. We're going to go across to Carrie. This is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. After the break for the news at the top of the hour. Back after this.
Reach further when you advertise with TTT Limited. Whether it's television, radio, or social media, our stations belong to the only broadcast network with 100% coverage across Trinidad and Tobago. That's a fact. From Port of Spain to Point Fortin, Crown Point to Charlottesville, every household in TNT can easily access our signal. TTT remains the only broadcaster with live capability from multiple locations in the country, making us the most dependable source of information for events of national importance. And now you can find us on any smart device at TTT Live Online. Are you ready to reach further with your advertising? Contact our sales team today. Call 622-4141 at extension 2601 or 2611 or email us at sales@ttt.co.tt.
Stacey Providence, and this is News Now on TTT. Out of 290 girls under the age of 17 who went missing between January 2018 and January 31st, 2019, 24 of them still have not been found. Minister of National Security Stuart Young updated the Parliament during the question and answer session on Monday.
Between January last year to January this year, a girl under the age of 17 was reported missing every 1.3 days. Many of them were found at a friend's, family, or some other relative. Only 2 of the 290 cases have been linked to human trafficking. These figures do not include the 19 girls who were rescued from a business place in Arapita Avenue back in February. According to Minister of National Security Stuart Young, they are being taken care of by the state.
These girls continue to be in a safe house setting. The investigation, the police investigation has been ongoing. A number of charges have been laid against certain persons, some of whom are not nationals of Trinidad and Tobago, is being taken very seriously. All of the girls who have wanted to communicate with their family members back in Venezuela, that has been provided, that has been accommodated.
The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is meanwhile asking for members of the public to help locate 17-year-old Shania Ramjit Singh. She was last seen by her sister at 5:30 on Saturday, April 6th. Shania was reported missing last month but was later found unharmed. Ian Wason, TTT News.
The Sangre Grande Chamber of Commerce has been engaged in intense discussions regarding the Civil Asset Recovery and Management and Unexplained Wealth Bill. In a release, the Chamber said it has embarked on an education drive geared to informing the business community of the region of the particulars within the bill that will enhance and safeguard the lives of average citizens, as well as those involved in commerce and the new entrepreneurs. It said the bill and the amendments will serve to provide better management and accountability within the economy, the society, and provide a platform for identifying prescribed activities while streamlining agencies, empowering them to act in the people's interest to address such activities. The books by 3 writers from Trinidad and Tobago have made the shortlist for the 2019 One Caribbean Media Bocas Prize for Caribbean Literature. This is the first time in the history of the prize, first awarded in 2011, that writers from a single Caribbean country have won all 3 genre categories, forming the shortlist for the overall award. Dos Songs, the debut book by Daniel Boudou Fortuné, is the winner in the poetry category. The winner in the fiction category is the novel Theory by Dion Brand, born in Trinidad and resident in Toronto. And in the non-fiction category, the winner is High Mass, Carnival and the Poetics of Caribbean Culture by Kevin Adonis Brown. Into horse racing action, where Wilma Galvis guided Trader John to victory in the race for West Indies-bred 3-year-olds Andover, covering a distance of 1,200 meters on the main track. The race carried a purse of $37,550.
But here is Trader John, comes to the top of the home stretch and has lengthened his stride in the hands of Wilmer Galvez. He leads and leads by 7 lengths. Marengo, the favorite, had absolutely no answer and is trailing in his wake at this time. Trader John comes to the final 150 meters with a 10-length gap, and this is an impressive maiden victory for Trader John in the hands of Wilmer Galvez. Trader John scores and scores readily in the end. In second spot was Marengo, but he had to really and truly punch right out to hold that spot because his stablemate, that's newsflash, came flying. For third, back and forth, was Joseph.
And that was News Now on TTT. I'm Stacey Ann Providence. To have a good morning.
Everybody is about self now. So there isn't camaraderie, there isn't brotherhood, there isn't family. Everybody is thinking about themselves. And nothing is wrong about thinking about yourself, because you're an individual, you have to, obviously you have to think about yourself, but that's selfishness. We don't have that selfless kind of nature anymore. That's how I see it.
Hey, I'm Sharice Collymore.
I'm Jerome Gonzalez.
This is Kyle Peters. And we are Vision the Band.
And we will be performing at New Fire Festival 2019.
Don't you miss it.
We are back. This is Now. We have a packed program for you. Lisa alongside Carrie. Good morning to you, Rishi. I know you're at home, you're watching. I saw your post on Facebook. I don't even have time this morning to talk to you, Carrie, on Facebook.
Right.
Right? We have alongside us Kevin Carter, Kenny J. I've seen you, but I haven't seen you in a while. Seems like for such a long while I haven't seen you. Good to have you on the program. We'll be talking to them about Wednesday Love. But right now, we're going to go straight across to our traffic update brought to you by Ultimate Solutions and Rovenel.
Today's traffic update is made possible by TrafficTT.com and sponsored by Ultimate Solutions Limited. We make it happen. And by Rovenel's Resort and Conference Center.
We are looking at the Shafley area right now, and as we can see just at the traffic light there are some vehicles that are stopped that have diverted from the Eastern Main Road looking to head southbound on the extension to the Uriah Butler Highway. Just taking a peek across on the priority bus route, we can see that there's a little movement at this point in time, no traffic congestion whatsoever, so that's good news. Looking on the other side for those vehicles heading northbound to merge onto the Eastern Main Road, just a few, nothing too much. So it seems that traffic is moving quite well this morning in the Shafley area. So if you are leaving home right now and you're in that area, you can also take us with you on Talk City 91.1 FM, where we could keep you company until 8 o'clock this morning. And that's a wrap for this traffic update.
Today's traffic update is made possible by TrafficTT.com and sponsored by Ultimate Solutions Limited. We make it happen. And by Rovenel's Resort and Conference Center.
Planning a getaway? Visit Tobago and stay at Rovinel's Resort and Conference Center. Enjoy fantastic savings from as low as $594 TT or US $99 inclusive of taxes, single double occupancy, breakfast, shuttle service plus more. Explore 101 reasons in the pristine, unspoiled island of Tobago. Book directly at 868-639-9666. Rovinel's Resort and Conference Center, Tobago, the tranquil Caribbean resort.
Trending now, Civil Asset Recovery and Management and Unexplained Wealth Bill passed yesterday, and the Minister Stuart Young was on earlier this morning indicating that this is really for white-collar crime for amounts over $500,000, and we will hear more of that in our newscast later on in the day. Also trending now is our very own Rishi, who has been featured on the rundown, I believe it is, Carrie.
Yeah,
but you know what that says?
Rundown.
It says that everybody's watching the Now Morning Show, including CNC3. Let's take a look.
Well, a challenge. I mean, if not box supports, then who? Next thing, we'll tell me Rishi Harinanan from TTT.
Now go across the Rishi wants to go across the style of Tobago. Well, not physically. Although I would like to do it again. But thank you over to Tobago Vice to talk about World Autism Awareness Day, and we are going to chat with Mr. David Yearwood, who is a retired pepper train employee. Hi, good morning.
She's never going to live that down, right? But, thank you, CNC3, for watching TTT and the Now Morning Show. Everybody's watching TTT and the Now Morning Show. There he is. She's just having her ball right now. He's probably going crazy. And I'm like, okay, enough already. All right, now we cross over to our sister station, Sweet 100.1 FM. Good morning.
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Carrie.
Hey, good morning.
I was just... I mean, you guys got Richie good on that one, but they got Richie good also.
But you realize everybody watching.
Everybody's
right?
watching now. Everything's
but one thing,
now.
I find Blaze could have called the name of the morning show. It's Now Blaze. It's the Now Morning Show, you know?
Maybe you have to do a little something on Blaze now.
Exactly. But right now we're talking about Wednesday Love. And I have in studio with me Kevin Carter and Kenny J.
Two good ones you got there, K and K. So you need one more K to go with it. Carrie! Carrie! Good morning to you guys. It's good to see you. And Kenny and Kevin, thank you very much. From all of us on Sweet 100.1 FM, we thank you very much for giving of yourselves. It's going to be a wonderful show. Come tomorrow from 6 p.m.
Tomorrow, yes.
And I know Lisa is also going to be there too.
Yes, I am. I think Carrie's going to be there. I think Rishi is going to have a full entourage. We're going to be there.
Rishi told me that he's also going to be there too. Yes. A number of persons have been, messaging, putting their messages on Facebook also saying that they're going to be there also. We want you to come early, folks, because I know every time there's a show in Movie Town, you have to be circling for a park. So we don't want that this time around.
So, we have Kenny with us. We're going to do the interview so that your listeners can hear a bit of it. So, Kenny, what do we expect to hear from you tomorrow at Wednesday Love?
Well, as they say, it's love. Yeah. Right? It's love, and you're going to get real love from Kenny J. Straight down the middle.
Yes, that beautiful voice.
Because, Wednesday is in the middle of the week, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle. So you get a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Everything.
And what about you, Kevin?
Good vibes through the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, take you on a nice nostalgic journey with the songs that I've chosen.
Mark, these men here, like both of them in love. Let me see how they're looking at. They're looking at me like, Kevin, and it's the morning thing. I think it's the morning thing. Yeah, they mix up with the love.
Well, they've been sipping honey since last week, and making sure that the vocals are in order. And I won't be taking part in anything like that. I know my place. I got my keys, though, Lisa.
I'm glad to hear that, Mark. I'm glad to hear that.
So I know my place. I'm going to leave it to the professionals. But guys, I saw some of Kevin's songs. It will be well enjoyed. And Kenny is a lover. The ladies love Kenny J also.
Yes, they do.
The ladies love Kenny, especially when you say, yeah, man.
But he's going to give us a taste of that a little later on in the program. We're going to get a sound from him. We're going to leave it there with you right now, Mark.
Thank you very much, folks.
To your 100 listeners.
So
remember,
folks,
it's Wednesday Love tomorrow.
Wednesday Love tomorrow, Fiesta Plaza from 6 p.m. So we invite you to come on down and be a part of it. And remember, it's also free. So bring everybody.
Gosh, it's going to be sold out. Sold out at free. So, guys, you know, it's so great to have you on the program.
Yes,
I know that you're looking forward, right? You're looking forward to tomorrow.
Definitely.
This is not your first time.
This is my first time.
It's your first time. Is it your first time as well?
Where?
The whole Sweet 100, you know.
No,
I know it's the first Wednesday Love.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because Wednesday Love is something that happens on radio all the time. But you guys have done stuff with
I'm a family member.
That's what I know.
Especially for Christmas.
Especially, yeah. So, you know, you have your sweet fans. You have your sweet fans.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so you said it's straight down the middle.
Straight down the
tomorrow.
middle.
Yeah.
You know, it's Wednesday in the middle of the week, right?
Straight down the middle.
Right, very smooth.
It's very smooth and very slick. And Kevin, well, Trisha is not here. She comes and goes.
She's not here.
So
she'll be missing this show tomorrow, but I will be here,
Yeah.
and I will pick up the slack, and it will be just as enjoyable.
And as I said, I know both of you have your fans. I know that. I hear people talking about Kenny J. I hear people talk about Kevin Carter.
That's
so,
nice.
you know, it's going to be really good. It's from 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, from 6 at the plaza, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Movie town, man.
Absolutely. Carry you in that?
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. Definitely.
Carrie, I'm looking for a backup singer.
You saw a backup singer?
Yeah.
Well, you might have to choose somebody who's not me, because
Well, there's one song that Carrie could sing very well. Carrie, give us a taste now.
What? Chimook Bakery. No, your pastry is fresh and tasty. Chimook Bakery. Having fresh bread daily, that's the bakery for me. Right there on TTT, too. They provide us with breakfast every morning. So
Chimook Bakery provides us with breakfast every morning.
Okay.
And we love it. We love it.
So they have me singing this morning.
Not at all. No, he's singing that from his heart. You know, he wasn't even told to sing it, you know. He just come one day and say, I remember the Chimook Bakery song. And he started singing it. But it's really good. I say thanks to Chimook Bakery for providing us with breakfast. So, guys, I want to thank you. I want to give enough time for Kenny to serenade us. You're going to be serenading us this morning?
When it comes to that, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's how early in the morning, you know. We'll see how good it could come, you know.
All right. Well, then I want you to give us a little taste of what song are you going to sing for us?
They put on a nice soca song, you know, for me.
Yeah.
So I will do that.
You'll do that for us?
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
sure.
Okay, well, let's take it away.
You going with it?
Yes, right now.
No, let me
No, director, so we're going to take a break, take in a few messages, and come right back after this.
Planning a getaway? Visit Tobago and stay at Robinell's Resort at Conference Center. Enjoy fantastic savings from as low as $594 TT or US $99 inclusive of taxes, single double occupancy, breakfast, shuttle service plus more. Explore 101 reasons in the pristine, unspoiled island of Tobago. Book directly at 868-639-9666. Robinell's Resort at Conference Center, Tobago, the tranquil Caribbean resort.
What will you do if I told you that there's a tool to help your child successfully complete the SEA exams? It can reduce his stress and anxiety during this difficult period, increase her chance of getting higher grades, and boost his self-confidence. What will you do? This tool can help your child think logically during math exams, master word problems, angles, equations, measurement, fractions, decimals, and percentages. Write creative and captivating essays. Construct and structure correct answers to comprehension questions. Use adjectives, verbs, adverbs, nouns, pronouns, conjunctions, comparatives, superlatives. What would you do? Well, get the highly effective JJ and Friends SEA Suite, and as a bonus, receive a free Amazon Kindle Fire 7 tablet. Call now 7464-SEA. That's 746-4732. Stocks are limited, so call now.
Every weekday from 4 to 7 p.m., tune in to Straight Talk with me, Jude, as I tackle the tough issues affecting our society head on. You know how we like to get a bit politically correct when it comes to things like race, religion, sexuality, you know, the touchy topics. So let's get some honest, straightforward, and rational discussion going so we can find some common ground on the issues that divide us the most. Straight Talk, right here on Talk City 91.1 FM, every weekday from 4 to 7 p.m.
Carnival come, I just feel so glad. I just leave me home, fly down to Trinidad. Cause I love this thing they call soca, soca. Nothing in the world can make me feel better. The woman carrying on as if she going out she mine. Mister, when I come here I don't want it all the time. I am addicted to soca. Yes, I'm addicted to soca. With soca blood in me vein, give me again and again. Cause I'm addicted to sweet soca. All I want is sweet. Give me plenty sweet. Always on my mind. Give me all the time. Something I can't do without. Oi, 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 the sweet soca I'm talking about. Ba-da, ba-ba-da. Feel like a loving day. Yeah, man. Ronnie Macintosh, Explainer Arrow, Tambu Johnny King, Valley Baron and Shadow. I really love the way they just put it over. Oh, when they start to jam and this misbehavior, I can't control myself no matter how I try. I don't need no coke, no ganja to make me high. Why? I am addicted to soca. Yes, I'm addicted to soca. With soca blood in me vein, give me again and again. Cause I'm addicted to sweet soca. All I want is sweet soca. Give me plenty sweet soca. Always on my mind.
Kenny J, you know, of course anybody be addicted to soca if it's your voice they're hearing. You know, so it's a lot to look forward to.
Sweet soca.
Sweet soca, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Definitely a lot to look forward to on the Wednesday.
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah,
so I will be there tomorrow. I know I will enjoy myself. I'll have a good time. Lisa is coming down. Some other people from the crew here is coming down as well.
That's
so
really nice.
Definitely something to look forward to. And thank you for this.
I also want to make mention, as I'm here, to say happy birthday to Miss Deuki Singh, who will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow,
Oh, on the Wednesday. Would you be there the Wednesday, love?
Yeah, sure, man.
All right, good. All right, well, happy birthday to you, and thank you very much, Mr. Kenny J. I'm not going to jump across to my interview over here because April is the month of testicular cancer awareness, and I'm here with Dr. Asante LeBlanc, and we are going to speak a little bit about that. You are the chairman of the Cancer Society of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here this morning. So let's talk a little bit about testicular cancer awareness. Now, what is the Trinidad and Tobago Cancer Society doing in regards to that?
Well, what we're doing is basically every cancer that every month that there's a cancer awareness for every month,
right.
Different cancers. So what we're doing with Testicular Cancer Awareness Month is mostly education.
Okay.
And because it's not a cancer that's frequently heard about in Trinidad and
Correct.
Tobago.
Yeah, you more often hear about prostate
for men.
Yes.
Let's focus on the men this month.
Right.
It's usually prostate, colorectal, lung cancer. When you look at the latest statistics from WHO when it comes to Trinidad and Tobago's cancer profile, Testicular cancer is actually very low in terms of our population in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. Do you have any statistics that say why it's that low in Trinidad and Tobago? Which is good news for us, of course.
Something has to be good, right? No, we don't. But it's mostly seen usually in Caucasians. So that could be one of the reasons. But also, I guess it just doesn't affect our population as much. It's not a very big cancer worldwide either. But in the U.S., for example, the statistics are 1 in 250 men may be affected by testicular cancer.
Right.
So, it's not that it's not because it's not a big cancer, we shouldn't educate.
Exactly. Because,
the thing is, I think the theme this year is know your balls. You know, I mean, it's interesting. But it's for men to become aware of self-examination of their testicles, and understanding when you feel something that you should go to your doctor
and get checked out. What age group would you say, from what age should men, young men and older gentlemen go to get tested? Just for the sake of finding out whether or not.
So that's the thing. Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, because some cancers have screening tests.
Right.
In this case, it's mostly self-examination.
Okay.
So I think it's important to teach young boys from when they hit puberty, and to engage the men as well, to do self-examination of their testicles and understand how the testicles feel in the scrotal sac. Because if there's a lump that's abnormal, if there's pain, there's swelling, one testicle is bigger than the other, anything like that, then you should go to your physician. And that being said, there are other non-cancer conditions that can cause this, like orchitis, which is inflammation of the testicles, varicocele, which is like a varicose vein of the testicles. We have hydrocele, which is excess liquid in the testicles, and we have spermatocele, which is a cyst of the spermatic cord. So it's important for you to understand how your testicles feel and understand what you're feeling, and then you go to the physician, and he or she will do the examination and then take it from there in terms of imaging.
So when they do the examination, is there a means by which men can be taught how to examine the testicles to determine whether or not there's a lump or some type of abnormality?
Yeah, well, I mean, the scrotal sac has 2 testicles normally. So what men should do is they usually will, it's not clip it, but you'll feel the testicle within the sac. And you just feel along the entire, it's not round, it's like an oval kind of shape. And you just feel along it to see if they're feeling anything abnormal, a lump, a bump, any pain, any excess liquid, anything like that. And then go to your doctor, if anything.
Okay, all right. That's very good to know. Also, are there any lifestyle factors that play a role in testicular cancer?
No, the only major one right now is when the late descension of the testes, which is supposed to happen during the embryonic stage of the fetus, and sometimes we have late descension, so that's a possible risk factor. But they're like, and then of course, usual cancers are lifestyle disease, so smoking, excess alcohol intake, poor lifestyle choices. Those things are all risk factors for all cancers.
For all cancers. So, it doesn't, so even if you're a smoker, it could affect you not only in the lungs, but in other places in the body.
Other parts of the body, for sure.
It increases the risk of it.
Yeah.
All right. So what is the Cancer Society doing in regards, you said education, are there going to be workshops or seminars or education sessions that are scheduled?
No, this year we're just doing a lot of education via social media. And then because we're also focusing on our fundraiser, which is a raffle that we have. So we're doing a lot of education via social media. We go out in our mobile clinics. We educate about testicular cancer. And we may schedule some examination clinics. We're looking into that to show men how to do it. Maybe we'll do a segment on that. So that's what we're basically doing for testicular cancer.
A lot of education, because
education is key, because this is a cancer that does not have screening. So it's about, your screening is your self-examination. So education is important because you have to know your body as men and young boys, understand your testicles and not be fearful of it, and really understand when you're seeing something different and what to do and not be fearful of that.
Definitely. Dr. Asante LeBlanc, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us some education in regards to this, and keeping us updated as to what the Cancer Society of Trinidad and Tobago is doing for Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. I want to thank you. We now have some poetry that is going to happen, and my friend over here, you're going to perform a piece for us. What's the name of your poem you're going to perform?
Buck,
Buck.
Basically, yeah.
All right.
Guess what it's about?
Yeah? All right, so let's go right into that. I'll give you the floor, my friend.
All I ever wanted was milk and bananas. What's so hard in that? I give you everything you ever ask for and you can have my back. Who gave all them pigeon and goat? Me, Buck. And regarding all them shoes you own, Buck. But you kick your feet up and teeth suck every time I say I need what? Half a banana? A cup of Clim? I serve you and your family for years, boy, do the proper thing. Before I come up in your house, tie your stuff with copper and thing. Next time you're on TV, I want you to stop and think how you're disrespecting me. I'm not even Jamaican, boy. Why are you disrespecting me? Oh, all of a sudden there's an evil spirit haunting your house. Oh. My ex-girlfriend was a dwen and even she couldn't give me such a low blow. You forget I have 4 toes, flow charts, whole graphs of all business plans. You ship me here and trick me dead into making you a businessman. I ask if we in this together, you say claw in hand. So what's more important than holding up your end of the bargain? Is the milk I want for my buck children, boy. That's all I asking. You know how hard it is to breathe when your family overseas and you're working and you can't feed them. You know how hard it is when a country under siege, so you either have to leave or hide in forest, barely alive, impoverished and surviving on it's not up to you but the goodwill of your fellow men. Except I've heard Venezuelan and Syrian refugees wanting to leave here because this country almost swallowed them. Can't you see or you follow them? The same hollow mentality of the Europeans who thought they could borrow men, borrow holes into black and Indian families for the sake of $1 then. What is wrong with all the humans them? Copy colonial agenda, forcing desperate people to work for free, man, your mindset indentured. You forget how much your family got sold for. You forget when the white man reduced your family to folklore. Sukunya, the land they work on, robber what you work for. Negro and Indian alike was nothing but cheap workforce. So don't ask me what I'm getting on so for. I will mash up your house and suck your son big toe again till I get what I deserve, dog. Why did I ever think I'd be treated fair? When every Trini I know just want themselves to live here. It have no passport for Buck. It have no green card for us. Immigrant indicate other, so is dog walk for schmuck. Only few will give fugitives a fighting chance. It's 2019 and all they're still calling every Asian person Chinese man. Buy 2 Venny for a 20,000, force the girls to suck and blow. Then hang citizenship over their head, tell them kiss ya like some sick mistletoe. The horns is all they're missing though. And all they're still afraid of we. For real. At least when you make deals with devils, we just hold up our end of the deal. Thank you.
Kyle Hernandez, finalist in the First Citizens National Poetry Slam.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I see you're riding the wave of the popularity of the book, or was that written long before?
No. It was definitely at the advent of the story.
Right.
The thing about spoken word, it's synonymous with advocacy and current affairs because it's happening right now, and you know it gives young people particularly a voice.
Yes.
Yeah. So
how you feel about being a finalist? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
No, I'm not nervous. I'm really excited this year.
Yeah.
I placed second twice before.
Wow. So you're going for the first prize this time.
Yes, I definitely am. I'm just really. I mean, of course, you're a bit anxious.
Right.
But I'm really excited about pushing the limits.
Yeah.
The final stage is always be prolific, and I'm just really excited to be a part of it.
So are you coming with a new piece, or is this the piece, or are you keeping it in the bag?
No. New piece for sure.
Right.
In every stage of the competition, you actually have to do a new piece.
Right.
And even if that wasn't a rule, I'd want to do a new piece because I'm telling you, it's from 150 to 44 semi-finalists, then to 15 finalists. You have to be the top.
For you. Congratulations. When is the finals?
It's May 5th.
Right.
It's actually closing event of the Bocas Lit Fest this year.
Right.
So May 5th, and it's at Napa. Tickets not out yet, but you can keep abreast on National Poetry Slam Facebook and Instagram.
I don't know, because we'll be featuring the poets as we lead up to the finals of the National Poetry, First Citizens National Poetry Slam. And of course, good morning to the good people at Booker's Lit Fest doing great work. We'll be doing more on that as well. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
No problem. Thanks a lot.
We're going to continue now as we head across to Skype interview with Dr. Michael Jeffries, and who has been trending on social media because of his post. I think we have the post that we can share with you. We spoke to Shamla Maraj a little earlier on, and once we put up that post, you'll see that he put the post up, and in it he was talking about let's end dangerous behavior on the road. There it is. That's the picture that he was talking about, but his comments that went with it included let's end dangerous behavior on the road, but stop dehumanizing disabled people on your mission there. How about consider the consequences of ads like this? Hashtag, there we go, hashtag ableist ad, hashtag ableism, hashtag disability. So on the line now we have a lecturer in the communication, lecturer in communication in the Department of Literary, Cultural and Communication Studies at the University of the West Indies in St. Augustine, Trinidad, Dr. Michael Jeffries. Good morning.
Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Doc. And it's interesting that you are a lecturer in communication, because what's wrong, what's right about this ad with regard to what is being attempted to be communicated?
Well, obviously the purpose of the ad is part of the Arrive Alive campaign, and it's encouraging people to wear their seatbelts, and I support that general message of wearing seatbelts. I buckle up every time I get in my vehicle. But there are lots of ways that we can communicate a message. And one of the first things I teach my students in messaging, creating an ad campaign or trying to get a message across to a mass audience, is you have to do audience analysis. You have to think about who is your audience, because you can communicate the same message differently to different audiences. So in this case, just to, my own experience, I've passed this sign dozens of times down on the Manzanilla Highway, and I understand the same billboard might be up in other locations as part of this ad campaign across the nation. And the wheelchair features prominently on it. That's what jumps out at you, is this empty manual wheelchair. And it's interesting that it's an empty wheelchair, that you don't see a human being sitting in that wheelchair. It dehumanizes the issue, which I find problematic.
Yes.
But in passing that ad, I never really paid attention to the words, right? And I just assumed it was an ad for a mobility service, like a healthcare services provider who provides wheelchairs for people or things of that sort. And then I noticed the large, bold black letters of buckle up, right? And so I realized it was about buckling up. But then I just assumed, okay, that's great that they're encouraging people in wheelchairs to wear seatbelts, because there are a number of, thousands of accidents every year from people who fall out of their wheelchairs because they don't have a seatbelt. Also, it could be to buckle down the wheelchair in a vehicle. So if you have an accessible van, for example, which there aren't a whole lot of, even in public transportation in Trinidad, but you need to tie it down, you need to strap it in. And it wasn't until I put it all together and I saw the smaller caption in white, consider the consequences, and realized that it was the Alive Alive, that what it was talking about is for an able-bodied person to consider the consequences of not wearing a seatbelt, and the consequence in this case would be the wheelchair.
Right.
And so it's using the mobility device as a scare tactic.
Yeah.
And it's not, there are people in wheelchairs who don't necessarily take offense at this ad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the issue. The issue is not whether this ad offends people who have disabilities. It's about how it continues to shape common stereotypes and public perceptions of people who have disabilities.
Yeah.
So in this case, instead of using a coffin, instead of showing a crumpled up, crashed vehicle or a bloodied person in a hospital bed, they show a wheelchair as if being in a wheelchair is worse than death.
Right. Yes.
And therefore, a person in a wheelchair is to be pitied. Mm-hmm. And it just creates this barrier and this obstacle for people in wheelchairs that we don't need.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, Lisa, that 2/3 of people in wheelchairs are in a wheelchair not because of an accident, but because they have some sort of disability that they were born with or acquired, such as muscular dystrophy or cerebral palsy, so on and so forth.
As a matter of fact, we had 2 persons on this morning. Today's Tuesday, so it's our regular segment with Shamla Maraj, who of course has cerebral palsy, and she had her guest on, Justin, the poet, and we discussed it with them. I don't know if you saw that, but very interestingly, Shamla...
I saw part of it, yes.
Right, so Shamla was saying that there's a plus and a negative, because now what it does is that it brings, whenever there's a controversy, it draws additional attention to the issue, so that persons who were not even aware that it impacted the lives of persons who live every day in a wheelchair, because you have drawn attention to it, it brings it to light.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. We see this throughout media, right? Mass media, whether it's ad campaigns like this that mean well, that are trying to accomplish a goal that is noble, that we need. You know, wear your seatbelt.
Yeah.
But how you communicate your message, and in this case, there's so many different ways that you get the message across. Like in, you know, I'm from the U.S. and a popular and effective ad campaign there to wear seatbelts was click it or tick it.
Right.
Very simple, very catchy, and it, you know, and it was effective, and it doesn't in any way discriminate against any group of people.
Yeah.
And I want to add this, Lisa, too. When you think about just the reality of people in wheelchairs, 2/3 of people in wheelchairs are rather of people in wheelchairs who are there because they had an accident or a spinal cord injury. That's only about 1/3 of people who are in wheelchairs. 2/3 of the people in the wheelchairs, you know, didn't get it from an accident.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Dr. Michael Jeffries, we're going to have to leave it there for time, but thank you so much for drawing attention to this issue and for coming on this morning to have this conversation with us. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me and for showcasing this important conversation.
Absolutely. Dr. Michael Jeffries there, lecturer at the University of the West Indies. We're taking a few messages, and when we come back, we have so much more here for you, so stay with us.
Ranking Production, a new era in media. Our professional services include videography, cinematography, photography, aerial videography, and television production. We provide expert coverage of weddings, concerts, sporting events, graduations, corporate functions, music videos, ads, lectures, christenings, parties, and portraits. Contact us today. Ranking Production, capturing your memorable moments in life.
Whether you are on the road or at the beach, preserve our beautiful nation of which we are proud by properly disposing of your waste. Because environmental pride is national pride.
The TTPS are on an intense surveillance patrol across Trinidad and Tobago, and a number of people are being caught by surprise.
It shows here that your insurance is in order, and it also shows here that your driver's permit is in order. Well, a very interesting observation also is that today happens to be your birthday. Is that correct, sir? Sir, for doing the right thing and for today being your birthday, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service wants to give you and the family tickets to Movie Town to look at a movie today, sir. Yes. Right, so on behalf of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, this is our gift to you on your birthday and to your family. You have a happy birthday and continue doing the right thing, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're back in studio, and I just had to tell Kevin, please come, give us a verse and a chorus at least. You know, he was making his way out the door, and we had to go, come back, you know. So, Kevin, what are you going to sing for us?
I'm going to sing one of my original songs, and it's called Celebrate Life.
You just give us a verse and a chorus?
Yes.
Because we get the rest tomorrow.
Yes, definitely.
At Wednesday Love.
Definitely.
All right,
exactly.
Let's get the music. Yeah.
Just forget your problems and dance away the whole night. Tonight we gonna just enjoy life. Don't need introductions for us to have a good time. Just let the feeling take you up high. Cause I know a place where we can both go. Let me show you how to let your stress go. Ease your mind and baby don't you act shy. Cause we've got every reason why we should keep celebrating life. Mama sings it, so come let me wine with you and have a good time with you. Let's show the world how we do tonight. We're celebrating life, throw all your stress away. Watch your wheels break away. Don't care what them people say tonight. We're celebrating life. I can take you there. Loving everybody have a share. Let me take you to my place. Come follow me. Just rip yourself and move your body. It's so like reflecting. Watch out, make clothes full of sweat. Keep the jam going, we're not there yet. Cause baby, in this world we live in, you've got to keep on pushing. Anytime, just ask for help. Cause I know a place where we can both go. Let me show you how to let your stress go. Ease your mind, and baby, don't you act shy. We're gonna go with it one more time, right? One more time before we go. So here. Mama sings it, so come let me wine with you and have a good time with you. Let's show the world how we do tonight.
You know, you have to come out tomorrow if you want to get more of Kevin Carter. Thank you. Let's get a big hug. Okay, so Ian Wallace is going to take you to the break with the weather, local weather. Let's check it out now.
Over the last few days across the Caribbean, we've had high pressure in charge. What that means is tranquil, dry conditions for the most part, despite the bit of a breeze coming through, especially out towards the eastern and then the south central parts of the Caribbean. Other than that, it's been mostly settled, but there is a frontal system which is set to come close to Havana, which will likely increase the risk of thunder, especially around those western areas. 31 degrees Celsius likely there, but for the rest of the Greater Antilles, just the afternoon shower and maybe the gusty wind blowing in there as well. Now for the Eastern Caribbean, the ridge remains in charge from the Leeward Islands, coming all the way through Central, then down towards the Windward Islands as well. Only the chance of a stray shower coming through Barbados, St. Vincent and Grenada, and even down towards Georgetown, just a shower around dawn, then that will quickly clear to lots of sunshine as they go through their Tuesday. So that's your Caribbean travel forecast, and that's it from me.
Taxi!
I
felt the same earlier. Try these.
Panadol Multi-Symptom. The power to relieve bothersome cold and flu symptoms fast. Panadol Multi-Symptom. When cold and flu is gone, life takes its place.
Receive a free Kindle Fire 7 HD with Alexa features when you purchase the highly effective JJ and Friends SEA Tab Suite. Designed for students in standards 3 to 5, the SEA Tab provides interactive learning for success, digital tools for a digital generation, and has over 50 bonus apps that relate to the Ministry of Education's SEA syllabus. The SEA Suite comes with a free Amazon Kindle Fire 7 tablet with JJ and Friends video lessons on mathematics, creative writing, comprehension, and language arts, along with workbooks, charts, and checklists designed to successfully prepare your child for the SEA exam.
When they have a tablet in their hands,
they become so much more engaged. It's the new pencil, it's the new paper, it's the new book.
It's education everywhere at all times.
It's totally different than the classroom that we grew up in. It's the future.
Call now 374-SEA2. That's 374-7322 or 7464-SEA. That's 746-4732.
On any given day, at any given time,
you can have your say on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Call in, text in, send us an email. All our shows are fully interactive.
Whether we're talking politics, sports,
current affairs, social issues,
culture, and the arts, stay in the know with our daily news bulletin and breaking news updates.
We're committed to keeping you informed about the world around you.
And yes, we entertain you too with the best Kaiso, steel pan, and local and regional music. We are your address for talk. Talk City 91.1 FM and TalkCity91FM.com.
This song is dedicated to those that are hurting, those that feel lost. Pray you're touched by it. Let's go. He walks out the door, he was 16. Felt a sudden urge to be relieved. No father in the home, mama's in a zone. Brother ain't at home, he feels empty. There's no one to run to, he don't know what to do. Nobody to talk to anymore. Knows his life is short to move to something better. And every time he sleeps, he knows he can do better. Life is passing by, there's tears in his eyes. He falls and screams, Lord take me please, I'm not where I should be. Take me home, there's nowhere else to go. I'm on my knees, show me a real. Yeah, take me home, Lord I'm tired. In this darkness, I'm running back to you, yeah. Lord, I'm running back to you, yeah. She sits all alone in her bedroom, questioning everything she's been through. Feeling far from perfect, feeling all hopeless, 'cause ain't nothing new. Tired of crying, she's tired of fighting. Lost in her nightmares, looking for light, yeah. Life passing by, there's tears in his eyes. She falls and screams, Lord take me please, I'm not where I should be. Can you take me home? There's nowhere else to go. I'm on my knees, show me a real, yeah. Lord, take me home. Lord, I'm tired. In this darkness, I'm running back to you, yeah. Lord, I'm running back to you. For anyone that said that prayer, to the homeless and to the hopeless, to the lost ones, oh, to the hopeless and to the homeless, to the lost ones, yeah, yeah. To that young boy all alone who lost his zeal, yeah, to go on. To you who lost your job,
Don't you dare give up on God. Do believe, yeah. There's still hope. There's still hope. No matter what you're going through, yes. There's still hope. I pray for you. Yeah. God bless you.
Wow, Michael. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, very emotional right there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Where did the inspiration come for that song?
Well, having faced depression myself, and then to, having known persons who actually have dealt personally with fathers who are abusive, some friends who are females who, they're like, guy ghosted me.
Yeah.
Or not just that alone, but, I just came out of an abusive relationship. So I went to the studio, producer Leon Ryan, we sat and we wrote the song together, and kind of get choked up about it every time, but
because it comes from a point of knowledge and knowing,
so it gets me sometimes. So, but
you're an overcomer.
Yes. Yes.
And with a fantastic voice, we just had to have you back on again, Michael.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting it, but thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. And during the season of Lent as well, we want to really inspire our viewers and our listeners on Talk City 91.1.
And give place for the gospel and try to embody what Lent is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we want to thank you for coming on the show once again.
Thank you.
What's next for you?
Well, we just actually the song that I released with you guys.
Yeah.
We just actually released it in Ghana. So that's
Ghana.
Yeah. So we got it in Ghana. And it's on the #1 streaming service in Africa, Play Music. So we're trying to reach everyone on a global scale. So we're just pushing. So I choose to live in.
Give us a little acapella of it again for those who don't remember. Just acapella.
I choose to live because you're with me. Though trials may come, we have the victory.
Woo.
I choose to live because you're with me. Yeah. Though trials may come, we have the victory. That's where the singer's coming.
You called me there now. Getting ready. I was just getting ready for the crescendo, But congratulations on that. That's wonderful news. And when you blow, we know that you launched it here on
Yes.
right?
Yes. This was actually the first performance.
I know, and I went crazy when I heard it. So good stuff for you then, Michael.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to take it out. But before we do that, we want to say happy birthday to Crystal Alexander, our Facebook viewers. I didn't get much time to chat with them, but I took a sneak peek just now and I saw that it's Alanda.
Alanda Guevara is coming from your aunt Alanda Guevara.
So happy birthday. Happy birthday, Crystal. Want us to do a quick happy birthday before we go? With your beautiful voice. I'll take your lead.
Which happy birthday?
Anyone. Well, the one that I can follow.
Okay.
Yeah, straight in. Yeah.
All right. So, happy birthday to you.
Oh, yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Dear Crystal.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, so remember to make a difference now today, and we'll take you out with a little bit more of Home by Mikael.
All right, so encouragement again. If you didn't pick up the first time, hear the words. He walks out the door, he was 16. Felt a sudden urge to be relieved. My father at the home, mama's in his own. Brother ain't at home, he feels empty. There's no one to talk to, he don't know what to do. Nobody to talk to anymore. Knows his life is short to move to something better. But every time he sleeps, he knows he can do better. Life is passing by, there's tears in his eyes. He falls and screams, Lord take me please, I'm not where I should be. Can you take me home? There's nowhere else to go. I'm on my knees, show me a real, yeah. Lord take me home, Lord I'm tired, I wanna be in your arms, yeah. I'm running back to you, oh, 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 yeah. Oh.
We
The Honorable Stuart Young, Minister of Communications, recently visited the National Archives of Trinidad and Tobago, where he was greeted by Miss Avril Belfour, Government Archivist, and Mrs. Nataki Atiba Dilchan, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Communications. The minister was given a tour of the facilities and met staff of the National Archives. Registries were on display where records of slaves and indentured laborers' original names can be researched. These records, some dating as far back as 1797, are now digital and are electronically available to researchers for easy access. The minister visited a newly completed wing of the National Archives that now provides easier access to the building for persons with disabilities. Then it was on to the record storage area where documents are stored in an atmosphere-controlled environment to ensure its longevity. Staff then took him through the processes involved in having documents and photos scanned and the equipment used in the digitization of archival material. They also demonstrated how the conservation process is conducted for the restoration of old documents. Minister Young reminded staff that what they do is extremely relevant to our country, as this institution promotes patriotism, thanked members of staff of the National Archives for their service, and guaranteed them they have his continued support.